Rwanda yacu hora kwisonga mu ngaruduhetse Rwanda yacu hora kwisonga Rwanda yacu hora kwisonga
Debate 411 is proudly brought to you by Mount Kenya University School of Journalism. Success in journalism starts here. Enroll for Master of Arts in Communication and Mass Media, Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media and Communication, Diploma in Journalism. Take advantage of fees reduction and modularized programs in line with Rwanda National Qualification Framework. Call 0787 05 2363 or 0788 979113 or 0728 551199 or visit our website www.mku.ac.ke.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us on Debate 411. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Tonight on the program, we are talking about a weighty issue. It's all about losing or gaining weight. And of course, we're calling it the weight loss debate. And if you're on Twitter, the hashtag for tonight is weight loss debate RW, or you can still use our usual hashtag debate 411. Tweet us at debate411 or tweet me directly at Eugene Anangwe. We're talking about the issue of whether we have glorified the issue of losing weight and being slim. If you're not, then are you an outcast? Are you a person who should not be in the society? How do we look at those who are plus size, for just a lack of a better one? These are some of the things that we'll be talking about right here in the program. Let me introduce you to our panelists right here. We have Gerald Luzindana, who's a nutritionist and a reflexologist at Amazon. Thank you for joining us. We're hoping you'll be giving us a lowdown on the facts on this issue as a nutritionist in the program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. John Munyanshuri is with the Kigali Fashion Week, because we've also been understanding the fact that those who are complaining that those of the plus size are not being given a chance in the fashion industry. You'll be giving us your lowdown on that particular issue in the program. And with us also is Caroline Dinya. She's not here for the first time. She's been here, a social commentator. Thank you for joining us on Debate 411.
Thank you, Jim.
And we have Claudine Kantamara. Thank you for joining us. You are the plus size model and also president of the Rwanda Big and Beautiful Family. Thank you for joining us on Debate 411.
Thank you.
How big is the family? I mean, in terms of the number of people who are in this association. I understand it's an association of Rwanda's, plus size ladies.
We're about to become like 500 people.
500.
Yeah.
Big family.
And so many are trying to join us. So we are hoping to become a really huge, big family.
Right. So what do you do in this association? If you can just give us more details.
Well, we have started with modeling. We have done several fashion shows. We are involved in some protocol events. We are managing some events too. So we are also trying to get people who are plus size to get involved into the health living, because sometimes when you are big, you have like an impression to not be healthy.
That's the impression. That's what the society says.
Yeah.
Caroline, your thoughts on this? Looking at the family that she's president of, and that fact that when you're big, then society looks at you and says you're unhealthy.
Apart from even the society, Eugene, even those plus sizes, I am one of them. We're really uncomfortable. I must agree with that. Even from tying your shoelaces, all right? Sometimes it's a bit difficult. even making a first move. And, you know, this
So you're uncomfortable with how the society looks at you, or uncomfortable with yourself?
how the society looks at us, and sometimes even with ourselves. I'm going to talk about these gentlemen. I mean, even men go on saying they love slim girls, they love tall girls. When they see a woman who is plus size, people tend to look at you as that fat, lazy, I mean, kind of connected to a pig, which is not very good. So the society is really unkind on the plus size women. I see sometimes back you want to get into a taxi, they call it matatu, all right? And even the conductor is like, are you going to occupy the whole seat yourself? Well, you could have made money for two people. And this makes the plus size people feel really uncomfortable, humiliated kind of. So I feel that we can try and do something, all right? Not really to cut weight and be slim, but to be healthy. If we can move faster, all right? If we can engage in certain activities, so that even the gentleman can like us.
Really? Because when you listen to what she's saying as a nutritionist, based on that uncomfortableness, I mean, for lack of a better word again, you know, that pressure that society is pushing, like when it comes to, you know, certain things and how they're viewed at buses, are you going to pay extra because of your size? All these kind of things. Is this that time when now someone of that nature needs to now look for a nutritionist and go to the gym and start taking some slimming pills and these teas that we see today?
Okay, thank you. When we talk about overweight or losing weight or having weight that is not recommended, it has a lot more than just what the society thinks. Because a society, you can be in a society, you're not possibly welcomed the way you look. Maybe it is not appealing, as in what they see by just eyes. But when we look into the nutrition part of it, or the health part of it, it always moves with implications. When you talk about, we have different levels of maybe sizes. There's where you underweight. You have the sizes that is not a size that is not recommended, or that doesn't match with your height, as we can say.
What is the recommended size? I'm sure someone back at home is wondering, looking at themselves, and they're like, am I in the recommended size? What is this recommended size?
Okay, according to World Health Organization, there are specific figures that were approved. Like between 15, like when we are measuring now BMI, body mass index, where you calculate your height and your weight, they're supposed to be appropriate. When you calculate, like you get your height in centimeters over your weight. You
divide by your weight.
By your weight, and then you divide weight time squared. Its time was 2. Weight time was weight. What you get, if it's between 18.5 to 24.9, your weight is matching with your height.
So you're good.
So you're good. You don't have these issues to do with movement. With maybe you cannot carry your body well. You cannot maybe get to your toys. You can easily make movement that can
without struggling.
You can really help your muscular. You can carry. You don't have these issues to do with the nervous problems. You cannot. Your bones are not overweighted. They're not compression. Possibly, you're going to have a good health. You're going to do whatever you want to do in well. But again, if you over, that is between when you multiply by that formula, and you find that you're between 25 to 29, that is 29.5 to 30, that is over. When you're over 30,
so you should be concerned.
You should be concerned.
Let's
we'll look at those,
all
those intervals as we go on,
as
in to measure
to determine your
wealth,
your
weight,
rather your weight and your health.
Supposed to be.
Right. So we'll be digging deeper into that in the course of the program. But John, Caroline mentions a very important thing, that we men tend to not want to look at the plus-size ladies even twice or once. I mean, and so they are forced to try and find a way of fitting into that requirement that society has placed out there. I mean, from your perspective as an image consultant, as a fashion, person who's in this sector, and also as a man,
Yes, sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
See, Caroline, you put all of us in one box. See? Yes, I know what you're saying. Some men really prefer slim ladies, and others, surprise, surprise, in Africa. Most men in Africa love large women.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I'm really going to pick on you on that. Sorry.
Are you going to pick on
I'm
me?
picking on you.
Okay, I'm ready for
Why
it.
am I doing this? You know, the attitude of most of the African men, and I'm talking about African men from the village or from the countryside, up country, they view this woman as fat, lazy, good for nothing, because after this woman has gotten maybe the first or the 2 babies, this is time the men are trying to run away. Are you getting that? Because this is not the beautiful woman he admired. This is not the slim, beautiful girl he was engaged or introduced to. So what happened? Their attitude. Then what happens to this woman? She's also getting humiliated, discouraged. So the woman keeps on growing fatter, lazy, and sitting there. Then she loses it.
They live with the way we think they are.
They live with the way we think they are, and they feel they're no longer sexy. And what does this man feel? Well, I think this woman is now older than me.
So this is what she feels society
yes.
is like.
Yes, yes, I agree. The society has got this kind of mentality of saying that the fatter you were, the
piggy, sorry.
and all that.
Yeah.
But then let me first go on the other side and say, beauty is within yourself. You have to accept yourself, who you are. And if you feel that you're beautiful, then it does not matter who else, what they think about you. Now, the moment you accept who you are, then the rest will follow. Because you attract what you believe in.
Exactly.
You attract the men that will believe in what you believe in. You see? It's all in us. Now, now I'm listening to you now, and I can feel it. You have that emotional feeling in you. I can feel it even here. You know what I'm saying? You have it, and that's what you put out. That energy you put out there, you
is
end
what
up
will attract
the same man. I say, man, that shit.
But the problem is, there's this woman in the village who, at least we are enlightened. I want us to get this point. We are in town, we know about diet, we know about exercises, which is, I would call it a quarter or a half, isn't it? What about this woman in the village, all right, who does not know about diet or something and keeps on getting discouraged and discouraged? However much they try, the man is not working on it.
But Caroline, just sticking to that particular point of the village and in town, this mentality seems to be mostly in urban areas. I mean, this is where we're looking at the Beyoncés, the Rihannas, and we want our daughters or our daughters want to be like them. Our mothers want to emulate them. Claudine, would you talk to me about that? I mean, what do you face here in this city or wherever you travel in terms of living the way you are and what the perception is directly to you in this line of thought that we're having now?
Directly to me, I think it all starts within yourself. Like John said, when you feel good about yourself, other people can see the image you are. That's coming out from you. So the image you are projecting is the one you are attracting to yourself. So I think many people see it in a different way.
It's a different way.
Yep.
But in the end, we have those who are weak at heart, you know, to take in all this pressure, you know. They told me that I'm fat. They told me that I look like this. They told me that I can't do this. But why should we put them through that pain? Why should we put them through that struggle to say the way you look at me or the way you look at myself is what matters? Yet they have to fight what you as society think about them. I mean, what do you say about that?
Yeah, you see, with the society, honestly, you can judge anyone depending on what you see. But there is always that truth behind everything. You're judging this person, but again, what we need to do like a society possibly is basically we need to to embrace each and everyone in whichever size, as long as we can always follow the professional part of because we are what we eat. Our bodies, it's not social. We shouldn't just consider body socially or maybe what they think about me. We just consider the body as a whole, as a unit that has what it is comprised of. So as we are consuming, as we are eating, as we are having our meals, we should always put that in consideration. Because if you follow like all these stages, when someone is maybe tiny, as towards when he has overweight or is in obesity, it starts with life, as life keeps on changing. So it is us now in a society to get to know, to have that knowledge on how we can go through life and we maintain our health, basically.
We maintain our health. But who said that we should feel bad when someone tells you you're fat? Because this is something that we consider abusive. We consider it as an insult. That he said I'm fat. She said that I'm growing fat. I mean...
Yeah, but I, before we start the show, I remember talking to my... Claudine. And we talked about these abusive words. And I mentioned something that where in the Western world, you tell someone, you're fat.
Sure.
Say, God, what have you done? What? But in Africa, it's the other way around. You say someone is fat. Most people say, wow, I'm healthy, I'm good, I feel good, you know what I'm saying? So it's the opposite. But then I want to mention something else about big ladies. I work in an industry where I work with both big and small, slim, medium. But then most of the girls I work with in the office, they're all big. And they end up being the, what do you call this when someone to look up to?
A role model.
A role model?
A role model.
To our girls who are modeling. So they've always been role models to these girls. But then the irony is the models, most of them are saying, John, you know, I want to put on some weight, man. I'm too skinny. You see? So that's how the world is. Some people are complaining that they're too fat and others complaining they're too slim.
They're too slim.
Yeah, but on the issue of fat, John, I would like to say that we really have to find out what fat are we talking about. Because, to be very honest, the plus size, I don't think we get it easy. What am I talking about? Even if there's a beautiful dress in the street, or even in the supermarket, and I said, wow, this one looks very nice. Then I said, but it wouldn't fit me, all right? So you see, when I say like, but already something has gone down, isn't it? What am I talking about? Before I even came here, I had to ask my husband, am I okay? Will I look nice? Okay? The plus size kind of we are straining or struggling. Why? Because you want to appear and give a different image. You see most ladies putting on this thing known as corset, all right? To press their stomach. Because, you know, when you're plus size, even your belly sometimes come. And I go to one or two places, people tell me, wow, are you getting a baby? All right? And that really don't make us kind of happy. So, as much as it is there, but... some of us or many of us are kind of uncomfortable with it. That is true.
No, it's true. Just as the slim, the one who was skinny, super skinny, they're very uncomfortable about it. So either ways, you know, you can't please human beings because the ones who are skinny...
But John, some people fire shots at your industry and they say that what you have made the society to know is that if you are big, if you're plus size, the fashion industry doesn't belong to you. Based on the requirements, when you say we want you, if you want to compete for this beauty pageant, if you want to go to take part in this competition, a majority of the people that you work with, your requirements are locking out the plus size.
I want to tell you something. In North America and Europe, now, they've discovered that African women or men, they have different bodies. Of course, it's not discovered now. They know about it many, many years ago, but they didn't want to accept it. So what they're doing now is to have African women in their normal sizes to come on stage. You see? So the world is changing. Fashion is not that super skinny fit and you walk and not eating and dying of starvation. These days, things have changed. You got to be yourself. Feel happy. Be yourself.
Did it have to
It's-
take
it's
us all these
attitude.
years for us to start changing this? Do you know how many people probably we have led to their deathbeds because they have been straining to be super skinny
Yeah,
to
but-
take part in these fashion events?
Yeah, myself, I didn't agree with it right from the beginning. I've been in this industry for 25 years. I never agreed with it. But of course, those super, the bosses who decide and determine who comes in and who doesn't. Of course, eventually, as you say, people have been dying. People become sick. So the world of fashion said, no, we have to change this. So now, if you're super skinny, no, they put a question mark on you.
But John, there's also this thing of the slender people are viewed to be having a particular face of the shape, and they tend to be more seen up. Unlike the plus size, where somebody will even look at your face, the way you are walking. Because if you're talking about pageant, I don't know how you're going to accept the super plus or the plus on stage. Because, because of the way heavyweight, this person cannot even match.
She is a plus size model. She can share with us her experience. How easy was it for you to break into this industry of fashion?
Thank you. That's a good question. Well, I used to like the fashion
Industry.
globally. So when I got the opportunity to get in touch with the people who wanted to do something about the plus size industry in Rwanda, I got really interested. So the problem we have mainly is just to get comfortable, to get to come out and go and be comfortable with what you are wearing. And so many people were really shy, and they wouldn't even come and say, I can't take a picture because someone is seeing some, So that complex took me to get involved. Not because I was really proud of being that big, but I think I have made a difference. Because you can be big or fat, as some call.
People say, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But you can also do stuff that
Any other person
no more
can.
other people can
Why
do.
would you say normal? Is it abnormal? I mean, why would you even say that you are uncomfortable being big? I mean, just share with us the experience about that. Many want to understand.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable. One day I was traveling and I was on a plane somewhere. So a flight attendant asked me, so can that
Sit-
can
the
that
seat
seat belt fit
Fit
you?
Yes.
I asked her, come on, what are you trying to mean? She said, no, she tried to
Make it
to
sound
put it
better.
in a
Yes, in a better-
positive
yes.
way. Maybe she found out that she was a bit
Offensive.
offensive. But I said, I'm good. I know how I am. So she took it in a different mood. But someone maybe can react in a
different
way.
So those things made you feel uncomfortable. being
Yeah,
your
that
size.
time I was really uncomfortable. And another time I was really looking for some really nice dresses to put on. And I was lost somehow.
You're not getting
I
any.
couldn't get any. So I said, maybe it's time to try something different. And maybe even if I'm big, I can find myself some good things to put on. So if I can find some good things to put on myself, so why not someone else? So in that way, I got really comfortable with myself. Not to say that I'm proud of being as fat as they can say, because you can be fat or big or plus size, but you can also be healthy. You can live in a normal way to just control what you take in your body, and then you control what you take out while doing sports and
exercise.
all. So it's a different lifestyle.
So there are people that say that, the plus size, they are a hotbed of diseases and healthy related issues. How true is this, or how untrue is this?
Thank you. It is true. Research has really shown that, confirmed it. Overweight, as I was in the start, I was telling you, when you're over, you're vulnerable. When you're overweight or you're obese, after getting to all those levels, because it all comes, like gaining weight is something very easy, and losing it is the most, the hardest thing. Very many people have been trying different things, laxatives, pills and what, but the fact is, overweight is not good. It is, you're vulnerable, your body is vulnerable to different attacks, inabilities, general body poor functions, like metabolism, the issues to do with cardiovascular diseases, like NCDs in general.
So these are complications that cannot easily get the people who are not that big.
Yeah, you see, it is. You can be like you can be maybe in the normal weight, and you can still suffer from cardiovascular diseases, heart.
So that doesn't make them comfortable and say that me, I'm slim, I can't get those diseases. Those are not my diseases.
It all goes around what are the causative factors, the reason as to why someone is suffering from a disease. Some of these diseases are hereditary, and someone has nothing to do with it. But again, the bigger percentage is basically as a result of what the life you go through. If you're overweight or you're obese, you're sustainable to some of these attacks.
Okay.
And actually, when we look at, she has been saying about, we've been saying about what the society can say. It has been really affecting very many people, and you find they've been resorting to different modes, different methods of maybe trying to lose weight.
Yes.
And then when we talk about weight, it doesn't necessarily mean that someone will be overweight the whole of his life. He can take different measures to lose, to at least reduce that weight, to go maybe to get to the recommended size, and it is very possible.
Super. So we take a very short break, but when we come back, we move the conversation forward. We look at the business opportunities that some people have been arguing out there, that this whole weight loss conversation is someone's bread and butter out there. And we look at some of the measures that we need to take and precautions from our expert here in terms of nutrition and even more. And also we'll be asking more questions, in fact tough ones, to the fashion representatives. And also when we come back, you'll share more of your thoughts on this particular issue. Keep tweeting, talk to us, let us know what your thoughts are. If you have any particular questions, I was once told that the word particular is my best friend. Indeed it is. So we'll be reading those particular comments that you'll be sending particularly to at Debate411 or at I'm Eugene Anangwe. The hashtag is Debate411 or Weight Loss Debate RW. When we come back, I'll be reading your comments. Stay with us.
Debate 411 is proudly brought to you by Mount Kenya University School of Journalism. Success in journalism starts here. Enroll for Master of Arts in Communication and Mass Media, Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media and Communication, Diploma in Journalism. Take advantage of fees reduction and modularized programs in line with Rwanda National Qualification Framework. Call 0787 05 2363 or 0788 979113 or 0728 551199 or visit our website www.mku.ac.ke. From the largest private university in the East Africa region, Mount Kenya University. We have reduced fees for undergraduates who want to pursue courses in business, travel and tourism, information sciences or IT, and social science related programs. We are also giving our alumni and bachelor students wishing to pursue master's programs a 10% fees discount. Our programs are modularized in line with Rwanda National Qualifications Framework. Mount Kenya University. My university, my pride, my future, my affordable education.
Welcome to Nakumatt Supermarket. Where quality, value, service, variety, and lifestyle matters. Enjoy our 24 hours shopping experience. Nakumatt, you need it? We've got it. For inquiries, contact our customer care service desk.
So Natasha, are we cornering our teachers? Are we being unfair to them?
At the end of the day, Fiona also mentions that the more you show them this condom, the more you're opening up their minds to having sex. But do you feel well represented? Do you think the media issues are well taken to the table when it comes to advocacy? How do we convince them and say that we shut it down because you exceeded the limit? The word conservation looks just complicated, but how do we simplify this?
What role do our schools play then? And the people around our children, what role can they play in order to avoid these children becoming a menace in the society?
Yes. Caroline, you just want to sound moral, but you're just not accepting the reality on the ground.
Well, I want to sound moral and encourage it and practice it.
This is an EA production.
Debate 411 is proudly brought to you by Mount Kenya University School of Journalism. Success in journalism starts here. Enroll for Master of Arts in Communication and Mass Media, Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media and Communication, Diploma in Journalism. Take advantage of fees reduction and modularized programs in line with Rwanda National Qualification Framework. Call 0787 05 2363 or 0788 979113 or 0728 551199 or visit our website www.mku.ac.ke.
Super. Thank you so much for choosing to be with us on Debate 411. Welcome back. We are on our second and final break of the program. If you missed the first part, please stay closer, get your notebooks, because we are having a conversation that is really weighty right here, very important, and it concerns your health and your weight. We're having the weight loss debate and whether we are having the issue of losing weight being glorified and whether it is a good thing or it means that you are healthy if you are slim, and whether if you are plus size, you are unhealthy automatically. These are some of the conversations we're having right here. I have some comments that have been coming through. It's time to just take a peep through some of them. We have an interesting one coming from Mrs. Eugenia Nangwe. This one says, being big is unhealthy. Let's not have the excuses that we feel fit being plus size. It says that being big is just unhealthy. And she comes back to say that women make an excuse of having 2 or more kids, that leads them to be plus size. It's our responsibility to keep fit and still look beautiful. And because most of the time we've had many ladies saying that, I'm like this. You were saying this earlier on, that this is what is turning off many men from the women, that because after they've given birth, they grow extra weight. And that for her is an excuse. Overweight is always bad. This is Rosine Disave. Thank you for that. John Mugabe on Twitter says, if yourself, you don't like your body, who else do you expect to like it? It's individual self-esteem that sells most. That's a comment that goes there. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, it's very much true. Because it all starts with someone. Even whatever you do, like in life, even achieving some of these things that we always work for, it all starts with that self-esteem, that I can do it, that we can, kind of attitude. It's always...
So self-esteem.
Yes, self-esteem is what pushes you always, even to go that extra mile, to do even things you think like you cannot do. We have a lot of capabilities in our bodies, but inability comes when you cannot, when you don't have that
just give up yourself, self-esteem.
Sure.
Ingavire, very interesting one, saying here that some are battling gaining weight, as others are battling to lose it. I mean, what could be your thoughts on this one? That we have ladies out there who are slim, but they are really, really struggling to gain weight.
Okay. Well, in a spiritual way.
Yeah.
I think God created us in a different way. So we have all kind of shapes. So when you are struggling on your own shape, someone else may be struggling on her own or his own. But I think it all depends on someone's objectives. Because if you want to lose weight, you know the way forward. So
it's up to you to pick.
Yep. It all depends on the interest you have.
Yeah. Evod on Twitter says that craze, trying to be healthy, can't be craze, surely, because he feels that there's a tweet that we had posted out there talking about the craze of losing weight. And it's important we ask this particular question. Do you feel from your own places where you sit that there has been a sort of glorification of losing weight? Like many ladies, you meet them, they tell you, you know, I'm on diet, I want to lose weight. You know, I can't do this because I want to lose weight. I mean, has it become a craze, or you feel it's just a normal phenomenon?
Personally, it's just a normal thing. It's not really crazy. It's crazy, crave or crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm talking as an opinion from my side in the fashion industry, that you find, as I said earlier, that you find young girls and boys who want to put on weight and others who want to lose weight. So it's just a normal thing. It's a day-to-day thing. And I say it's not gloom and gloom that it's the end of the world and people are looking down upon us. Vice versa. There's some young boys and girls who are slim and people, what's wrong with them? They always pinpoint them out. And then the same applies to the big ones who are big. So we need to see it in a more of a conventional way that is happening. It's all round at 360. Everyone is going through it.
Okay, Eugene.
Yes.
What I feel is, I would call it the craze, and more so both on ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to leave it particularly on ladies. What am I saying? You see, as he has explained, that being obese, fat, or plus size, all right, has more disadvantages than being slim, all right. So I think people tend to try to cut weight or lose weight in relation to health issues. That's why we have people on diet. We have this tea, we have these herbs, we have this. It's not really that people want to fit in for flexibility. But I think, you see, we've got a lot of information on healthy issues that we read a lot.
But you seem to be shooting yourself on the foot, because when we were starting the show, you said that the society is sort of pushing those who are in a certain weight to a certain corner, because that is what society thinks. But now you're saying that you know it's not a matter of being pushed.
Well, the society is an issue that actually affects us mostly, all right? Because if you go somewhere and you're a plus size, sometimes even our own children, I go on the weighing scale to the hospital, and my son goes and says, Mommy, I'm 7 kilograms. Then my daughter goes and says, I'm 17. Then they say, Mommy, it's your turn. Then I say, I'm 98. All right? And if I'm not strong, I will take that to be negative and look at myself negatively. That is part of the society we're talking about. Even the other children will say, fat mama, when you're walking somewhere. All right? If you cannot take it in, you will feel offensive on that. All right? So that plus added with the healthy issues, all right? People are tending to craze for this weight loss. Please, that's what I'm talking about.
Maybe to add on, you see what has been going on. There have been very many developments, so as even in health, because people have now, they read. There's a lot of information. Information is readily available. Google. So and then whenever people read about the dangers of overweight and obesity, they tend to look back and maybe think, what should we do? And then at the end of the day, and be it that we've seen the risks, we've seen an increase in some of these diseases that are connected to overweight and obesity. Now, those examples only can just make people realize what to do. And then on the other part, what you were saying previously about the underweight, the slim people who are trying to gain weight. Yeah, it is, because our bodies, we're supposed to, it is an equilibrium. when you're overweight, when we talk about what we call malnutrition, it is not only overweight. It is not only underweight, kwashako, as some people think or know, but it all goes to people who are. It consider even those who are over. They have what their body doesn't require. They have in excess, and then even those ones who are low, who are underweight. That is 18 point. That is 17, 18 going down. Underweight. It is also a problem.
So
because
that's also
now
a disease. It's a problem.
It is also a problem itself because you're malnourished. It means you're lacking a lot of nutrients that have to support your body. The nutrients, the vitamins. That's why you're low.
So in other words, even them also face almost the same challenges that the plus size people face, because some people will judge them and say that, look at you, you look sick, you're not okay. So it's almost the same thing. Let's jump guns and look at this, fashion shows that we've had of plus size, because there's a year when this event took place. I think it was the first time, and a prominent cardiologist in the country went to the papers and wrote an article or made a comment and said that it was dangerous having such kind of fashion shows where we are competing, to see who's the biggest or who looks better than the other with their sizes, that we were promoting, obesity. I mean, it's important to understand if you agree with that kind of a comment.
No, I don't agree at all. I think a fashion show of a plus size is not promoting the size of a person, how big you are. It's promoting what kind of attire you could have and look smart. There's nothing concerning promoting obesity or eat a lot of sausages and bacon, become fat. Then you're the winner. No, I don't think so. So I agree. To do the fashion show that you put up is you're promoting the attitude, both the models and the designers who are doing that, they're promoting, they're making them feel themselves. First of all, to believe in themselves. Yes, you might be struggling to cut the weight, but you're still a human being and you have to live day by day. So this show tells the world that we are still human, though we are struggling with our weight, but we can still have clothes and look beautiful. So the cardiologist, whatever he or she said, you have to check it out. It's wrong.
So you go back and point a finger back at him and
that's
go,
right.
Go read your facts.
Please go and
Karen,
read your facts.
Would you agree with that we are promoting this? Because for her to fit in that cloth or for him to fit there, he needs to be this particular kind of size, and so we're promoting diseases, we're promoting cardiology, we're promoting people to have diseases.
As John puts it, he says that we are promoting the dress code or the plus size have a problem with the fitting in clothes, and that I must agree, Eugene. Many of the plus size people want to put on pants or jeans or trousers. Why? They want something easy. They can just fit in, all right, and move with a long blouse so that they keep on moving faster. But it comes a bit difficult and tricky, especially on a facial, all right, where this person has to look smart, maybe in a dress, in a skirt or a blouse. So that really discourages the plus size, all right. Maybe what he was trying to bring out is, as much as you're plus size, their clothes, you need to know what you do it. I saw Ian talk about it in Fashion Watch in Citizen TV in Kenya, all right? How do you fit? What I think maybe they're trying to bring out is, even though we are plus size, does not mean you have given up. You just sit there and put on anything. They are clothes.
So it's sort of like guiding you on,
it's kind of
what,
a guidance
what can
on
help you look better.
What you can put on and look smart. But I would put my but, isn't it? Irrespective of all that, that is for the outward look and the beauty, can we also have the inward look? We cater for the health. And how do you do that? That's why we try and cut the weight, but according to the instructions from the nutritionist or somebody else, so that you're building a holistic person, both smart outside and smart inside.
So it's a thumbs down for him as well. Before you jump in, it's important to also look at the place of men in this conversation of plus size, because we mostly talking about the ladies. Those who judge are always judging mostly the ladies. And as she said earlier on, that the men out there who would
and
not
even
even
the
want to
ladies
look.
also, let me
Yes.
just cut you, Jean. Even the beautiful ladies who look a man and said, the big-bellied pot, the big-bellied man, isn't it? The man is too fat.
They say that's a sign of richness.
Yeah, whereas
The guy has money.
Or he's a lazy man just sitting there. So it applies on men also. When they are big, with a big belly, some will feel like, can it trim down? I don't know. They talk about the six-pack or something like that. So this is a man who's just sitting there, lazy. And so I think also men should also look at both the inside and the outside. Some of them are a little bit unfortunate. A man has a beautiful shirt, but the button is popping out. So...
Let's talk to Claudinia. In the family of the big and beautiful, why is there no big and handsome? Are they there?
We have some.
You have some of them. Talk to me about them. I mean, how do they look at themselves and the society as well?
Well, some really can embrace the way they feel, but there are also some others who are looking for ways to make some changes. Because being overweight, truly speaking, no one can be really proud of that. So, to tell the truth, no one is really proud of that. Yeah.
But the men mostly don't face the backlash as women do, right?
Yeah, we see the trend now is changing. As we continue technology growing, people now are viewing things differently. The other time when you maybe see a man adding on weight, you just say maybe he's getting rich, maybe life is improving. But now, it is the same time. It is the same thing. The same thing that applies to women, as she was saying. Now, when they look at you like you're gaining weight, it is a problem. You would not even be comfortable sometimes in the society, and you will face a lot of challenges, criticism here and there.
Yes,
yeah.
Good.
It's the same thing.
There's an important comment that has come out here, and it's a very important one. The person who sent it would love to be, anonymous, and they're saying there is nothing very disturbing like being skinny all your life. I wish I could experience how being fat feels for just one day. So this means in the society out there, we also have people who wish they were what you are today. So the message here is what, as we conclude?
Well, my point is, the message is just to first start with what makes you feel good within yourself. Because it all starts with yourself. So those who want to gain weight, maybe there are some way they can follow. They can follow that way. Some others want to lose a little bit of weight just to be comfortable within their clothes and all. I think the message is just to look for ways to live healthy while being maybe skinny, a little bit skinny or thick, as we may say.
All right. Caroline, parting words.
Being healthy is good, but being weighty or overweight may lead to something that is ill health. What are we talking about? Let us try to avoid being overweight, because we know many diseases, all right, come or could be caused by just small. Those who are kind of obese or overweight are likely to suffer more than those who are a bit slim in terms of the weight loss or in terms of the weight. So I feel that let us exercise, avoid things that are unhealthy, all right, keep fit, be smart, what I can say.
Good. Are we going to see more fashion, that like a change in the trend of what we look for in our models?
Of course, yes. We have to.
We have to when?
Now.
Have we already? We have a beauty pageant coming.
Oh, yes,
very
it's
soon.
coming out.
What's the weight that we want them to be?
Normal.
Normal is what?
Normal is how you feel.
Really?
Oh, yes.
We're not chasing them away because
we're
they
not
are
chasing
this
them.
size
we're
and
not
that
chasing
size.
no one. Normal is what you feel.
Age?
But then, no, age is something else, of course.
But
let me say something.
Yes.
The last word. Human being. We always we want what we don't want. What we don't have is always what we seek out to have.
Sure.
we're always not comfortable with what we have now. Until you lose it, then you start looking out for something else. I say, well, I wish I had it. That's human nature. The fat wants to get smaller, the smaller wants to get fat. It goes on and on and on. Every year, every time. People are struggling with everything that they don't want and they want and know this.
So the message is what?
The
message is what? Yes.
The message is we want to have what we don't have, and those who have it, they don't want to have it, they want to have something else. So you cannot be, there's nothing enough. You can never be rich because even a billionaire still works and picks a penny.
You want something?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the message. Is it clear now?
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yes. Someone asked as we go, as your parting word, explain to them in a nutshell, why is it too hard for people to lose weight or some people to lose weight?
It all goes with the concept they use. Losing weight or gaining weight has to be, it is professional. It is professional in a way that you need to know, you need to evaluate the body. And very many people have been trying here and there, looking to ways out to lose or gain weight.
So they go to YouTube, you want them to go to YouTube, you want them to come to you, what do you want them to do?
They should seek advice from the professional, from the professionals, most especially nutritionists, because it is all about the caloric intake and in relation to the caloric expenditure. Okay. When they talk about exercise, you're exercising, you're overweight or you're adding more weight just because you're consuming a lot of calories compared to those ones that your body expels. So what you need to do is basically identify some of those foods that are specifically have a low in caloric content. We'll look into the food composition and select for you what you're supposed to do. And the other thing maybe I can add on, we've seen very many dangers of wanting to lose weight on a very fast speed. Everything, our body needs always a balance. We need that equilibrium.
So you don't
it's
rush
very
it.
good.
Yeah.
It's not a rushable kind of thing. You just need to go steps by step. But it all goes around with what
you're taking in terms of calories and what you take out.
What you take out.
Right. So we should be careful with the shortcuts, the pills, the teas, and all those things. Super. Thank you so much. Let me just quickly rush through the comments as we go because we're now done. I have DJ Grant who says, plus size, cut down your weight to a healthy range. We won't lose you to diabetes, heart diseases, blood pressure, or kidney failure. Ingabre says, plus size married women are appreciated. It shows that husbands are taking care of them. Another one here from Fabri says, women obese, overweight, lose because that's the ideal body that this airbrushed models project. I don't really get what point that was. But thank you so much for all these comments and, of course, the feedback that you keep sending us on the program. The debate continues online at Debate411. The hashtag is weight debate. Rather, the weight loss debate RW. That's the one. Of course, I probably lost some calories in my brain and lost the words properly. Right, so thank you so much. The next time someone tells you you're growing big, probably it depends on how you'll want to feel about that particular issue. Probably you'll be happy because you'll feel like you're healthy. And those who are told that you're growing slim and you'll feel offended, again, it's about what you believe in yourself. But the bottom line is keep healthy and seek attention from the experts. I'll leave you with that, and we'll see you again next week, Monday, 9 p.m., live right here on Rwanda Television. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye for now.
Debate 411 is proudly brought to you by Mount Kenya University School of Journalism. Success in journalism starts here. Enroll for Master of Arts in Communication and Mass Media, Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media and Communication, Diploma in Journalism. Take advantage of fees reduction and modularized programs in line with Rwanda National Qualification Framework. Call 0787 05 2363 or 0788 979113 or 0728 551199 or visit our website www.mku.ac.ke.
nitwa Nshuti Dominique Savio. Channel 2016 ni urubuga ruzagaragaza isura nyayo